Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Wall fortified. Place device. Wall reinforced! Device set. Reloading. Planting.
10 seconds left.
Device active.
5 seconds remaining.
New camera feed up and running.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
New feed active.
Lights out. Drone ready. Sequential breach. Disabling electronics. Device placed. Device activated.
Zoto deploy.
Target detected. First floor.
Swapping mags.
A really big fucking hole coming right up.
Bomb located by attackers. Attackers dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Swapping mags.
Attila, he's on!
Ten seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb.
Needle set.
Changing mags.
Keeper strikes true. Barrier deployed. Keeper strikes true. Deployed barrier.
Drone is ready to go.
Try to get through that. Deploy balance shield.
C4 ready. C4 ready. Quiet. Torch is hot.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
I got you.
Seeing blue.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Changing mags.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Shield ready.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Wall secured.
Alright, and we are back after some technical difficulties, and we are
10 seconds
looking at a
remaining.
1-1 score here. UPG, they do a great job of rallying against EKU in round number 2. And now we are here
Attackers
in
are
round
heading
number
out to
3 as
defuse
the kind of compositions we've seen from these two teams have shifted dramatically, as we're seeing the Lion, the Twitch, the Blackbeard coming out here for UPG, And on the side of EKU, looking at the Pulse, looking at the Azami, looking at the Warden, pretty much just entirely new compositions as we go into round number 3.
Yeah, we're seeing a bunch of those changes, as you said. But what I found interesting when we couldn't really say it with having those technical difficulties, I don't know if you noticed, I don't know what happened. It looked like our player was shooting directly on one of them and just nothing. That's crazy.
A little bit of stutter, maybe a little bit of server
They were
issues.
planting and they were looking right at their head. I don't know.
Maybe a hitbox thing.
Maybe. I think it had to have been something we couldn't see on our side that might have been like a vase or something. Who knows on the map. But
Nevertheless, a slow round once again. Atlanta will pick up the first kill as EKU will be down one player.
now this Pulse is an interesting pick to see. You don't really see that too often. You'll see it pulled out occasionally. But, I mean, he does one thing and he does it well.
Yeah, and Panther is just going to get a great timing on the K-bomb there. And we'll dwindle this now to a 3 versus 5. And EKU with a minute and a half on the clock. I mean, this is certainly doable, but the problem is you're going to start feeling the pressure soon, and there it comes Raven. We'll be able to pick up Raggy. The swing comes through. Raven's going to be able to take down the second. And the slow peak flawless for UPG.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see. It feels like they just kind of, unlike that first round, they had a lot more they exploded onto the map, kind of went through much faster clearing than they did that first round. And that seems to be kind of turning it around for them, so maybe we're seeing a bit of it. We saw the Legion, maybe just a bit of a slow them down could be beneficial here. Which, like I said, with that Legion and Castle, we'll be able to kind of slow them down just a bit. Maybe a Frost couldn't be a bad pick, I don't think.
We'll see the transition now to full basement. As we have been playing on the top floors, even the middle floor, but the transition to full basement is going to be a new approach here for both teams. And the compositions, I mean, they stay more or less the same. We will see the Capital come out for Raven. And the Lion pick is still in. I don't believe we saw much use of the Lion in the last round, but then again, UPG didn't really need it. So EKU will have to find success here on this bomb site.
And we are seeing that Maverick seems to be locking in on Maverick. That's what I like to see. It's my favorite.
10 seconds remaining.
Reinforce the floor!
5 seconds to
Full setup is complete. And now we are just waiting for the load-in for the offensive team. Here we go. Few extra melees. The Valcams put up in great defensive positions.
Hugo Rave may have been fighting any demons there for a moment.
And nevertheless, here they come. And this offense looks far more coordinated than the offense we saw in round number 1. If you can remember,
Yes.
UPG spread across the map in all sorts of directions. Now, more of a definite target and understanding of how they want to play the round.
Bomb located
Yeah,
by
absolutely. It
attackers.
seems like they are just grouped on that one wall right there.
Ooh, and this could be a deadly angle for K-Bomb.
Looks like K-Bomb may be able to tell that they are getting that Maverick burning through the wall there. Maybe, I just know whenever I play Maverick, probably just because I'm unlucky and bad at the game, but the moment I start drilling it,
Changing mags.
they shoot right through that hole.
Well, there is a bit of a skill gap between these players in the air, but I mean, as you can see, Accept did take quite a bit of damage from the Maverick hole, probably as a result of that deadly little angle K-Bomb has set up. And the shots come through, but Raggy doesn't really have to do anything here. He's more than comfortable to sit and prepare this deadly C4. He's going to send it on over. Maybe a little premature, but nevertheless.
Looks like we might be taking the full time to hard breach here with Maverick.
Well, they don't really have another option. There's no Thermite or Ace for the side of UPG. And that is certainly going to take a dent in their prospects time-wise. As you can see, I believe that is Yang trying to bully K-Bomb out of that power spot, and they will succeed. K-Bomb does have to retreat, but under a minute on the clock now, Legion mines littered throughout the map. And Kiwi will take down Demise. Hard Breacher gone. You're going to have to find a different way into sight. And EKU, they look poised here. Another Legion mine sprung up on Thug. And this is looking deadly for UPG.
Yeah, it's as I was saying, they did switch to that comp, but it was just much more of a slow them down, make sure they can't really get onto our site. As now it's leaving us at a 1v5 in favor of EKU. We've seen it done before, but never too early.
Yeah, you really can't ever
15
call it
seconds to
out of the
go.
question. But with 10 seconds, I mean,
10 seconds
would take a
remaining.
miracle. As I believe he's just saving,
5
giving
seconds
his
to go.
team, a couple extra minutes to, talk about how they want to go about next round. But EKU, they
Operators, you
will
are out of
equalize
time.
here in round number 4.
Yeah, so it seems as though more of a defense-heavy, lock down your site comp was what EKU needed. It's bringing us to 2-2.
And we are seeing the Capcan pick. And I think, every time we've seen the Capcan pick, it's been triple trap.
Triple
trap on one door
random
away.
door, what it feels like.
And yet, people don't read it, so, if it works, it works. That Twitch is going to be a bit of the bane of the existence of that Capcan, however. Very easy to get rid of those Capcans with a Twitch drone.
Defenders,
I
protect your
do
bombs
think
from being defused by attackers.
If the people at home make EKU R6 bingo, post-mortem cache.
Jammer.
It's definitely on there. That's probably the free space.
Yeah, maybe even the free
It's probably the
space.
free space.
We should start doing that on stream. Pick people up there.
Jammer.
Get a
Obviously,
graphic.
bingo.
Get a graphic of our bingo.
Yeah, it looks like we are setting up here. Kind of putting those Legion mines wherever they might be coming from.
Ambush set. Stay
Might be
clear.
losing the Twitch.
Device
We
prime.
may.
They switched to Ram, which
10
Ram
seconds
is
left before
in their
insertion.
own way.
Deployed. Surface secured.
Bomb located by
Yeah,
attackers.
especially when you're
5 seconds
playing
left.
that middle floor. I mean, if you give up top 4 control, we
Attackers
saw
are
how
moving to
strong
defuse the bomb.
K-Bomb's angle was from the top in last round. Pretty much just a more advanced version of more control over the exact lane of which you push, and with a lot less risk to you. Not really a lot of chance to come back at the ram when he's got the drones out. But Kiwi looking to set up his perfect zombie little wall, and a nice little angle here. I mean, I think it died on him.
Happens to the best. of us.
Wasn't charged all the way, I guess. As UPG, they are going to work up top first and foremost, and it seems that they will meet a little resistance. Capcan is up there, probably placed his triple trap on a doorway somewhere,
Loading new
and the
mag.
Legion will get targeted by the demos.
Tracker active.
Yeah, it seems like with Capcan, especially where you can, as we said, just have those post-mortem traps. They stay up even after you're killed in the game. You can afford to just play these risky, dangerous angles because your value is still there.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Legion. You can afford to be a bit of a lurker. I mean, honestly, same thing with Valkyrie. What you don't want is you want your mute down to be able to be on site to, help move mutes around if the need arises, and obviously C4 for late rounds. Same reason for Valkyrie, I suppose, but the drones start to come in now. And we'll certainly know 2 of EKU are stuck in this room. However, K-Bomb will open up blood on the Deimos. And with a minute and 15 here on the clock, UPG, I mean, I feel like this has been the bane of their existence throughout this map. Too slow to really make anything work, and K-Bomb, he's going to find his second in the round.
Yeah, and as we were saying, trying to get that top floor is what you want to do, but EKU knows this. They have those 2 players up top there just waiting to fight for that, rooftop advantage.
Except will find the retrade onto Kiwi, a zombie down. And that peak is so close. You can tell he wants to do it, but better judgment does prevail. He just manages to get the shoulder off, but gives time Ugrave to find the flank onto Atlanta. The 2v4 with 30 seconds left is not your most promising suggestion, but we have seen worse things in one.
It looks like UPG does have that top floor angle. If they can manage to get the plant down, it'll be a much better situation. But EKU does still have the point on lock, and they are just waiting for that Maverick to walk through the door.
Yeah, you can tell the sound cues are in there. Ugrave headset turned up, knows for a fact that he's near.
Attackers
Will
dropped
catch
the
the trade
diffuser.
pretty easily, except did find one on the
10
way
seconds
out.
to go.
And now, Crimson will be the last to fall. And EKU, they will take the lead 3-2 here in map number 1.
Now, did I see that correctly, or did the Maverick just prone fall from the top floor and get a kill within just a second of doing it?
He did in fact do that.
He just looked like he just fell. But he
Sometimes
didn't
I forget that you can prone in this game.
yeah,
Sometimes I forget that.
most games anymore.
I mean, I was on my little X-Defiant kick for a while. I'm not sure if you remember that, but in that game, no proning. Rest in peace, X-Defiant. You were a good game for about a month and a half.
Moment of silence.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We will see the Goyo come out here for Raggy.
Shield ready.
And I don't believe we've seen the Goyo this game as of yet. And a few
Attackers
more
have located a
operators from
bomb.
the attacking side. The Finka is a new pick. I don't believe we've seen Jackal or Yamaha.
Magazine!
I'm not sure we have. What I'm noticing that's interesting here is we did have the Ian on attack a couple rounds ago. And we had the Warden a few rounds going defense.
But never on
But
the
they've never managed
10
to.
seconds
Well,
left
to be
before
fair, I mean,
insertion.
if you're playing an attacker and you're using Ying and you see there's a warden on the
5
other team,
seconds
you
to
might as
insertion.
well swap. So,
So they've not quite been able to.
Attackers are moving to defuse the
But
bomb.
we do have the option. Rises.
Activation.
yeah, the position is usually in favor of the defense, but the rock, paper, scissors is composition
Doorway, barricade!
does tend to favor the attacking side due to the benefit of being able to swap before you load in. So,
Which that was an interesting change they made. I feel like it.
do you remember the days of sticks pick? Do you remember that? Yeah, it was like way back when comp first started. Both teams would pick and you were locked in, but there was a 6th pick stage where before you like loaded into the round at all, before the defensive phase even
Drop the
started,
diffuser.
you would be able to swap one operator.
Oh yeah. I do remember back when I started, it was just kind of similar to most like tag shooters nowadays, like Valorant and stuff, where you lock your agent. That's who you play. So it is interesting. I think it honestly overall good for the climate of the game change, allowing that kind of counterplay.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And cameras from Valkyrie are just going out, one after another.
Keep it
I'm gonna
active.
do a good job to put up some more soft breach, and that's an insane angle. And the yellow pings are certainly going to come in here, and I wonder if Kiwi wants to swing that. I mean, if that ping's just sitting there, someone could easily find that kill from bottom.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what they want to do here, but unfortunately, EKU not in position to
Attackers
capitalize
recovered the
on
diffuser.
that information. They will have it nonetheless.
So all it takes
Attackers
there
bomb
is for just
diffuser has
someone
been
to-
dropped.
And that's good. That's good intel right
Ding
there.
mags!
I'm just shocked with that angle.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Adrenaline
With this
surge
level
incoming.
of play, you have to assume that was an intentional tiny little thing they had. They had like a lot of probably.
Yeah, and the Goyo Shield is going to do a bit of stalling. The finger boost does come in, but it might be all for naught here in the 3 versus 5. A minute on the clock. This is definitely still winnable, but the problem is Diffuser is down on site. They did manage to get that kill off the yellow ping onto the person planting the
Activating
Diffuser.
adrenaline surge.
And it looks like what they're trying to set up here is a double swing, being able to swing off of each other and break blocks here.
Well, that was a pretty
Keep on
terrible
ready.
double swing, but Raven
Attackers
manages to find the kill nonetheless.
So they set up a beautiful double swing. They did swing one at a time from it.
But nevertheless, puts them in a decent position here. 2v2 with 20 seconds left. And they have picked up Diffuser now. This puts them in quite the pickle. Health advantage does go the way of EKU. have not
10
quite
seconds
down
left.
him yet. The diffuser starting to go down, and the drone swing comes through,
5 seconds left.
and he manages to pick up 2 as EKU throw the round away. Oh man.
I mean, we have
The
to.
fire one way is kind of crazy.
So we have to imagine we could see them because of that outline, but from the player's point of view, that must have been like.
I mean, the way I was seeing the outline, I thought he was behind cover still. So that's, I mean, to see that POV and them just be fully out in the open, that fire one way, I mean, whew, that sucks.
I'm taking notes. Shoot, make sure the enemy is playing Goyo in front of me to shoot fire to feet from. If I get all of those conditions met, I might can make a decent siege player.
Yeah, and that is devastating in the last round of the half. And that's what would be a 4-2 split for EKU. Big difference between
Defenders, protect
3-3
your
as
bombs
it
from
ends the
being defused
offense.
by attackers.
It seems to be on our attack. We're playing a bit more of an aggressive comp. We still have that Maverick, but that Ash seems to be one of those more get in there, get the job done characters.
Yeah. Ash, the Zofia, I mean, even Nomad to an extent. I mean, the hard breach, this is a very classic R6 lineup.
Bomb
Ash,
located by
Thatcher,
attackers.
Thermite, I'm pretty sure those 3 characters have been played since the inception of this game. And, you know, when
10 seconds left before
push comes to
insertion.
shove, you go back to the bread and butter.
Absolutely.
5 seconds left before
It's
insertion.
On the upside,
Attackers are moving to
UPG,
defuse a bomb.
interesting comp decisions. We have the Visual, we have the Maestro, and we have the Floras, I believe. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do here, especially with that Vigil.
Yeah, kind of get that.
And Spawn Peaks must be out because Kiwi is already 1 HP.
Laser gate in position.
But it looks like they.
They did do a bit of damage to Demise, so health is about even.
Ready to torch.
Truly, in games like this, you want your health to be on the attacker side more than the defense. So even though it seems like there was, which not anymore now the K-Ball has been tagged, but when there was kind of that equal damage, that is still better for us on attack than it is for defense.
For sure.
There's that little tiny Maverick angle I was talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more across the top. The Maverick tricking coming in now. And, I mean, Kiwi has to be ultra careful here not to just, I mean, even really touch the bandit at all. Because he will go down with this sliver of health he's got in the back pocket.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that that was our Maverick.
No information gained as of yet. Some gadgets being spotted out. And the Maverick tricking, or rather the hard breach, has gone through on that spot. However, the Cade is still doing its job. And lighting up.
Device is going dark.
The Thatcher will come through, get rid of the Maestro cam. Very good. Problem is for EKU, how do you make forward progress? The answer, run right in. Loki's gonna find one. Kiwi will get dropped on the flip side. No more Maverick, but don't really need hard breach anymore. You're already inside. Now the matter is, can you execute onto site?
Yeah, and as I was saying, and this is the similar kind of concept to what I was saying with health, that a trade is so much better for offense than defense. This,
For sure.
especially when they only have that.
Yeah, flashbang's coming through. Will find Cade, but unfortunately not able to get the follow-up. Thug will take down Ugrave. 4
Attackers bomb
versus 3.
diffuser
Thug
has been
finds a
dropped.
second. Raggy will be on the trade. EKU dropping the
Attackers have
diffuser. Wee
recovered their
Panther
diffuser.
will find K-Bomb. And that leaves Loki in an unfortunate spot. 20 seconds on the clock. And this is when I think you tip your cap. I mean, you could certainly find something here if
15
UPG
seconds
troll, make a crazy challenge. You find 1, maybe 2, but
10 seconds
Looking at that
remaining.
angle they're
yeah,
holding right now.
they're laying down. They've got info on the
5
cameras.
seconds remaining.
Loki's gonna swing, runs into 3 lines of sight, and will get dropped. UPG go up 4-3 in their first defense.
How much you can do. It was unfortunate to lose that first round in the half, however. That's just the first attack. They're getting a taste of what they need to do. Similar to what we saw with UPG, that first attack round can kind of go either way. This is a very heavily defense game. So once you figure out kind of that, as you said earlier, that rock, paper, scissors with who to play to kind of counter what they are more comfortable with, we can see a much better performance. Looks like we are keeping the Maverick and Ash. We're getting Ace, which I believe is another hard breach,
Attackers need to locate and defuse
as
bombs.
well as the Jackal. Bam. So as we were saying, we didn't really get to see it, but having that floor break, it's just so beneficial.
Yeah, I mean,
Wall reinforced.
looking at the composition from UPG, talk about time denial. You pretty much got all your stages set up. You got Bandit and Tubarão and Castle looking to delay the early round of breaches, especially from your Ace.
10 seconds left.
And to an extent, your Maverick. And then
5 seconds
as we
remaining.
dwindle down to the late seconds of the round,
Attackers
that
have located a bomb.
smoke is going to be
Attackers' objective
dangerous
is to defuse
should
the bomb.
he stay alive. 15 seconds, you're trying to get the diffuser down. Smoke controls all the power.
Absolutely. And what we're seeing here, that Bandit can be dangerous. However, I feel as though Maverick is one of those few characters that ideally handle.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like they'll be hitting any of the hard breach just yet. It looks like they will be working from top down. And as such, no real need to worry about hard breach on the walls.
And it appears we're uncontested on that top floor.
Yeah, no real roamers there to deny us any sort of space. And so it will be easy access to the hatches. Tubarão going to do his best to stall there, but the cracks in the armor will get weakened. But good set of patience by EKU. Continue to drone, continue to gain intel, play carefully. You don't want to give away anything for free. And now Raggy is free to move from the spawn finally. Unfortunately, K-Bomb on the entry will get taken down. Ram is gone. Kiwi has kind of snuck in a little bit, and he is looking to find something devious here. With no help from his teammates, it'd be a great help if he could find one. It'd be even better to find two. But a minute and a half, again, teams taking their sweet, sweet time.
Appears as though they're just alone on this floor.
Setting up a sequential breach.
Yeah, and Ugrave also doing a little bit of scouting out. As I believe EKU are wanting to equalize here in the lives department before making their push on the site. The problem is this the best utilization of the 60 seconds you have remaining? It's your time, spend it how you like, but it's an economy that you cannot afford to lose control of.
Yeah, it appears as though once UPG found that one on K-Bomb, they just locked down side a lot better, stayed on the floor they need to be on, and you can just let them have it if you're that strong in defense.
Kiwi in the gunfight, looking to take his one and equalize, but 30 seconds left on the clock. The pre-fire through the wall gets dangerously close, and this is a one-on-one that you want Kiwi to win. The swing comes through, and he will manage to take it down.
Swapping mags.
However, on the flip side, Accept will find a quick frag onto Ugrave towards sight. As Loki looking through the Maverick hole, he's got two people near him. He will take some shots. He's not going to be able to connect. Damage comes through, but Raven's there to help. 10 seconds left on the clock, and this is where the smoke comes in. This is where the smoke comes
5
in. They
seconds
try to
remaining.
come on through. They will be getting the diffuser down, somehow managing to live. The smoke will take down when the swing comes through. And
Defenders have eyes on the
unfortunately, that
diffuser.
smoke
Attackers need
is
to protect it.
so deadly in the late seconds of the round. As I thought they were about to finesse through that.
That tiny
Defenders
pocket
disable the diffuser.
gave me hope, but it
Defender
looks
mission
like,
successful.
I mean, when you've got a second smoke bomb to throw, it doesn't really matter if they find a corner.
How many does he have? Does he have 2, 3?
I think 3.
Yeah.
3 sounds right.
I remember back. I feel like back in the day he had 4.
Maybe. I think
But I feel like that's an absurd amount.
I feel like it region.
I feel like it certainly can't be 4. I feel like you can hold off a sight for like 30 seconds with that.
It's all you gotta do is just time out your smokes just right.
We're consulting the experts. He has 3. He has 3 gas grenades. Even then, I still feel like that is, you know, a crazy amount of smoke to have.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Surprised
being
more people
defused
don't
by
use them, but
attackers.
I suppose the efficiency of them really only comes if you're staying alive into the wee hours of the round.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe
Attackers
there's
have located a bomb.
anything on attack that can really counter that other than just take it out. Because like with
Ready for
defense, you
company.
have that warden to counter like pretty much hard counter to you because you got the character that's job is flash and the character that can resist flashes. But I guess since Smoke is the only person that has
10 seconds
a like,
left before
toxic fume
insertion.
like that, it would be kind of cheesed.
5 seconds to insertion.
Just,
Yeah.
Attackers are heading out to
similar
defuse
but
the bomb.
slightly different comp. We are losing the Maverick.
And someone's doing a run out, and that's gonna be Panther. Is he? I believe is breaching or you know, putting a little bit of a barrier on one of the hatches outside. Will he get back in before time's up?
I was gonna say either fortunately or unfortunately, there was no one there. When we ran out.
Yeah, and the Rams already starting to go to work. Kiwi breaking up some floorboards above site. And this is what you want to see from EKU. You want to see them taking, you know, a few liberties
Drone up.
and trying to figure out how to approach this. So far in offense, 0-2. This is one of those things where, man, I mean, this could easily be 4-4 right now, but you lose that last defensive round, it comes back to haunt you. 1 minute gone as we continue to poke and prod, and this just seems to be the pace of the game, you know? It used to be a lot worse, you know. I mean, now we're kind of seeing some pushes at 40 seconds, you know, 40, 45 seconds. Back in the day, 15 seconds is when people were hitting a K-bomb. Well, he's going to do a great deal of work in increasing the pace as he will find Panther, and that's going to clear Roamer out very, very quickly.
Yeah, now if you're UPG, it seems like your only option is to kind of maybe keep that one person on the top floor, but you need to start grouping together to be able to play off of contact.
Yeah.
Because if you have someone who make contact with the enemy and no one's there to back it up, you're just throwing it.
Yeah, I believe, you know, that 1.5 minutes on the clock is usually when we start to see teams rotate back to site, and you can see it, they're all on the ground floor. Kiwi gets into a gunfight, he can't quite win. And will have to back off. Does get some damage through, but the problem is there's that health that you were talking about. Does spot it, will have to back off though. And these gunfights are so awkward.
And it looks like they have that great position of being able to shoot down upon the point. However, they broke the entire floor around their table. So, as much as a good angle you have, and there they are, I'll say, it makes it so hard to get out when they know you're up there and know you have to run fast and get away.
And it looks like he will abandon that angle as not going to get any challenges available. And in this 4v5, I mean, obviously you want to favor EKU, but the problem is there's only so many angles you can break in from, and if you don't coordinate at the right time, UPG will be able to help each other to set up these crossfires. You want to mount the pressure all at once, but the smoke is doing a great job of denying, and the smoke will come through of EKU's own. Thug will take down Raggy. That'll be the future drop. The smoke is coming through. I believe that's the Legion line as well. We'll find that he is going to start getting this Planter down. Crimson will pick up one. Raven finds the
Operators,
next.
you are out of time.
And they manage to withhold the bomb site. And I mean, that's one of those things, man, where it just feels like you take too much time.
Absolutely. And then once you take all that time, if you push slow, especially on a comp like that, where it's just such a like lock the down the site comp, those Legion mines, that smoke. I mean, we just saw it there at the end. Then that smoke up, preventing them from pushing in. And the moment they did, they stepped on like 3 Legion mines, alerting them that they are on the point exactly when they get there. It's just moves need to be made a bit faster to kind of counteract that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. Is, you know, once you get one man down, you have numbers. You know, I'm thinking COD mind. You know, I'm playing hard point. We got a kill. We know where one of them's at. We just fly. We're flying
Attackers
at that
need to
guy
locate
to
and defuse
get the
bombs.
kill, trade down if we have to. We just want to play the numbers game. We want to trade down, and win based on that. It feels kind of the same way where, you know, we have ideas of isolating one person. You know, Kiwi was trying to isolate the player below him, but unfortunately the help was in time. If he maybe, you know, one or two teammates are there, you know, somewhere on the enemy's level, they are able to, you know, help Kiwi isolate in that instant. Maybe they find a breakthrough, maybe they can win that round. It just feels a
10 seconds
little
left.
uncoordinated at times from Eastern Kentucky.
5 seconds
Yes,
remaining.
and one of the things you absolutely want to do in a tactical shooter like this is you need to kind of...
Attackers are moving
And it's
out
much
to
harder
locate
in
a
a
bomb
game
and
like
defuse
Siege
it.
where stuff switches up so much, but you want to figure out how not only the team is playing, how each individual player is playing. So if you
Bomb
know,
located
for
by
instance,
attackers.
that say Raven likes to hold up on the top, and you see them up at the top, you might know, okay, except that Raven usually play kind of together because their characters go well together. So you need to kind of learn patterns like that, that know when your crossfire is going to be met, or know if you get one, there's another one. Things like that is very, very important.
I will say, I mean, I don't know how these R6 cats do it. I come from COD, you know, even my you know, brief stint in Valorant. Minimap to me is king, you know, looking at that, getting all the info. These guys are doing this without minimap. They have to be constantly talking about what they're seeing, and that is an element of the game which leads to a little bit of confusion from both of these teams, and it's one that will have to get patched up. The Maverick peak, as you like to call it, is beneficial so far. EKU, they do get quite a bit of damage onto Panther there, but nevertheless, we must slow down as Raven will pick up Ugrave. Kiwi will drop as well. And this is not looking good for EKU.
Yeah, it seems as though we're having a big issue with snowballing. We can't seem to get that momentum, and UPG seems to capitalize on the momentum that they get. Because when we see one drop from EKU, we see another drop right after.
Yeah, and I think part of it is just the ability to fly at people together, you know. Once you get one, if you think there's two there, have a teammate come help you. Just that simple. The gunfight. And I mean, except one's a crazy one there with the smoke shoddy, but that will put the map into the win column for UPG. As we will head now to map number 2. Good round from both teams, except definitely doing a lot of work. And we'll take a look at the scoreboard. Except in Raven, I mean, 11 kills across the board for the side of UPG, and no real standouts for EKU. And honestly, I think that just goes to show the testament of the teamwork from UPG. I mean, obviously their setups on defense were really, really strong. They win 3 on that side. Maybe, you know, maybe we could have got a 4th go our way in that last round, but nevertheless, I mean, they come out and they bang 4 on the defense.
Absolutely. And as we said, this is a very defense-sided game anyway. So if any team has kind of a good hold on defense side, it makes it very, very hard to kind of climb that mountain to get over them.
Yeah, and that's why those first bloods are so important. That's why your defense rounds are so important. It's so important that you capitalize when you have the better position. You know, if you're losing a lot of defense rounds, it doesn't bode well for you, you know, in terms of a map position standpoint. You know, how are you taking your gunfights? How are you playing this as a team? Because defense, you know, offers you all the advantages of a better position. You've got, I mean, you obviously know the site structure better. You know how your setup is going to be on site. Other teams having to rely on drones. I mean, yeah, you have cameras, but usually those go down within seconds. You are really just working from the fact that you have access to all the angles, and they're coming in.
Especially knowing, like, you'll see a lot of the times these players will just break, like, 10 walls on the floor, and they'll have a line of a pixel on site and be able to get a kill from that. So knowing these tiny angles and not being able to expect them when you're on attack makes it just so hard to play around. But another thing I kind of wanted to point out here was you were talking about that mini map being difficult to manage around, and not only is communications important, but memory.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I don't know how any of these people have that good of a memory.
Yeah, no, I think it's a little easier for me to think about, because I feel like in a similar way, when we talk about respawn in Call of Duty, you're always tracking players. Oh, I know Kiwi was first to die in that last rotation. He's going to be first one off spawn. If we kill 2 people and we don't see him, we know he's behind. Things like that. Memory jogs a little bit, but in a game like this, adding an extra player, COD's 4v4, this is 5v5, and on top of the fact that you are always looking for forward momentum, if you lose track of somebody, trying to find that memory, trying to find that recall, like, oh, wait, where did we see Accept again? That can be, mean everything for the round.
Yes. And there are a few moments in there where, which this is a new team to play together.
Yeah.
We got to keep that in mind. And they're doing phenomenally. Even if you don't take round 1, that was a close game through most of those rounds.
Yeah.
And you just see some small hiccups, like as you called it, that fire one way.
Yeah.
Just being able to quickly, it's hard to quickly calm. Hey, he's prone right in front of that fire before you beat.
Yeah.
But having a way to kind of just get that synergy down, because this is the first game of the season, and it's very difficult to do. I know from a player standpoint, this will be this semester and my first semester play will be playing with a team completely new.
Yeah.
We've not had a chance. The semester starting, we've not had a chance to really practice together and play together. So we might see some stuff like that, and I'm hoping to see this team get way, way better as we go through the season.
And we will be heading to Cafe here in map number 2. And Cafe is one that we resonate a little bit more with as some older school Siege players. I can't say that I was ever that good. I only ever hit Plat 2. But Cafe, I feel like, has always been a staple for me.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of map design, and I always really appreciated it. And I really appreciate the way these teams play it as well.
And from my memory, at least, from when I played way too much years ago, and seeing them play now, this map seems relatively unchanged.
Yeah, they haven't really done a lot of tweaking to it, I don't believe. I think the biggest thing that might have tweaked, I'm trying to think, would probably be the basement sites, but even then, I don't feel like there's been a lot in terms of, changing things around, shifting things around. Watch them load up and it'd just be a completely new map.
They reworked it between seasons.
We just have no idea.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. But this is just one you know and love, and I think we've seen it enough to know that the verticality play on this map is huge. Playing from take that top floor down when they're below, or take the bottom floor, work up, or even sandwich.
Well, the funny thing is like when I remember playing ranked, maybe it's because we were bad, but that top window on the third floor site, I remember everyone just ego challenging that for no reason. These guys, they don't even bother to go to the roof. I feel like 9 times out of 10.
If they're out that roof, it's that hatch. To the side.
But even then, I feel like we don't. We hardly ever see people hit that just because it's such a funnel. I mean, if everyone goes top, you either have to drop down from window, you're gonna die, or you have to drop down hatch, in which case they could just pre-fire you 9 times out of 10. So
yeah, because it's not like you can silently break a hatch.
Yeah, I feel like 9 times out of 10, we see teams, they break in from second floor, they like to work up white stairs, or they like to do a window peek from piano. Those kinds of things are usually what we see on the attacking side. And teams, they get very complex with their defensive setups, especially on the second floor.
Yes.
Or the middle floor, I guess I should say. Because there's so many ways that you can play that. You can play from bottom, you can play from top. And really the creativity shines through there. Basement and, third floor, pretty much cookie cutter setups. You're not really looking to change the game there, but those are those rounds. Again, on defense, you're expected to win those. Those are kind of like, we're just going to do the best we can here on offense. We're going to try to get one through on that side. But unfortunately, things are kind of in defense's favor. When teams are going to the second floor sites after they've exhausted their first two options, that's those rounds that you're looking to capitalize on.
Yes. Like, it's just those, especially those basement rounds. I feel like those basement defense rounds are where it's kind of like, you just gotta.
Yeah, you just gotta win.
If you don't win those, it just feels bad.
Yeah. But teams are taking a bit of a quick bathroom break. I'm sure they'll be back in just 1 or 2 minutes, maybe even 30 seconds by the time I get done saying this. But we are gonna take a very, very uber quick break, get some water, and we will be right back. And I'll call it. Alright, welcome back. We are in the ban phase 4, map number 2, Cafe. And EKU are going to go ahead and ban Ram. And that just goes to the level of vertical play that we'll see in this one. As you said, you were talking all about the vertical play that we see on this map. EKU just want to go ahead and eliminate one of the biggest contenders for that.
Yeah, and that was a quick ban.
Yeah.
They knew what they wanted.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
2 peas in a pod, Buck and Ram, the kings of vertical play, and gone just like that.
Which will make it much tougher on both sides to be able to take this point.
Yeah,
it's making a defensive-sided game even more defensive.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm sure both of these teams have something in mind in terms of what they want to do, you know, creatively speaking, in order to make it work without these two operators, and they're just kind of betting that theirs is going to be better. And EKU banging the Maestro, interesting.
Feels a little targeted.
Yeah, it does feel a little targeted, maybe towards the map, maybe towards the team. But nevertheless, EKU will be on defense here to start. And you want to see them take as many of these rounds as they can.
Absolutely. I get a little jump scare every time someone picks Fenrir.
Yeah, with that skid, yeah.
It looks like we got Castle, Fenrir, Warden, Wamai, and Kate. Pretty solid.
Yeah, and they let the Fenrir through, so why not take use of it? We will see the Lion pick, Grim as well. Lots of info on the attacking side, but again, that can change in the
Attackers
blink
need
of
to
an eye.
locate and defuse bombs.
As other team does some swapping once they see the site pick. But it will be basement, cookie cutter, and then, like you
Attackers have
said,
located
man,
a bomb.
this is one of these, you just gotta square up, you gotta just win this one.
Yeah, and it does appear Christmas decorations and all, and that is unchanged. But it did lose its festive spirit.
Adding some protection from grenades.
Yeah, it's gonna get riled up a little bit in some of the rotation holes being
10
put in
seconds
by
remaining.
EKU. But this does, for all intents and purposes,
5 seconds to go.
look like a standard site structure. One,
Attackers are
this
heading
gonna
out
be
to the
Kiwi's gonna be
bomb.
playing behind bar. The rotation holes are in place. One person, I'm sure, is going to play over towards that window,
Mag is ready.
and then the rest play near site. And you don't really have to worry about hatches too much. The only one really being over in freezer.
Yeah, we did see some insane plays last
Oh, yes, we did.
match. Dropping in last second, clutching up around. Just an amazing play. Now what I'm noticing we don't have. Oh no, we do. Hugo Ray just took a minute to get there. Was that room right there? I believe it was maybe Sin last semester. Got like a 3.
I do
first
remember
round.
that. I do recall. And now this is I don't pretend to be some sort of siege extraordinaire, but I do find it interesting to be looking at your teammates' feet while they're, clearing stairs. I feel like maybe a better use of your time, but hey, what do I know? I just play COD.
So,
I didn't ask for you to come. Minute and a half nearing
Reloading.
its way, and UPG, they have definitely worked towards the top here, just in the second floor. And now they will be looking to make some sort of break down
Mind
below.
action.
The shield operator is going to be doing what he can, but Loki finds a nice pick onto that player behind.
am I crazy or did we just see us take out one of our own?
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm pretty sure you did in fact see that, because I'm pretty sure I saw that. But Loki does pick up 2.
It took me a minute to comprehend what I saw. I was like, that is a defensive gadget right there.
Maybe hacked.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Stay clear of the blast.
But
Setting up.
Loki
You can worry
does
less
pick
about
up
grenades
2.
now.
So that will put the round in favor of EKU. And the problem is this: without that vertical play, how do you find picks? How do you equalize here? Raven seems to have an idea, does find one, but quickly the refrag is there from EKU, and Raven taking a whole lot of damage. The fuse pick, we didn't really talk about it, but that's one we don't really see too often. The problem is for fuse, I don't know where you're gonna put the fuse, because the ground's not gonna really do it for you, and you're certainly not getting close enough to the castle or soft barricades in order to do it.
Which I do believe now you can fuse through reinforced walls. It's just like way slower and easier to break.
Yeah, I ain't doing
15
that.
seconds remaining. Attackers recovered the bomb.
Yeah,
Attackers have dropped the bomb
across
diffuser.
all the
10 seconds
teams.
left.
And nice shots there from a Thug guy. Loki, I'm not gonna lie, took him a second to chow this, but will manage to find that. And EKU, they win their one. They win the guarantee round that you said they should have. And now it'll be on to their second. Can they win on third floor?
Yeah. Once again, this is third floor. I'd say is a bit more difficult to hold.
Yeah.
Because even though it's risky to play off that ceiling, you'll probably still have 1 or 2 up there while the rest are clearing
definitely
below.
can do it.
So you still have to be cautious about that top floor. However, it's still not as utterly terrifying as playing on that second.
The window angles are also really strong through from piano and on the opposite side. where the actual bomb.
Defenders, protect your
I forget
bombs
what
from
it's
being
called.
defused by attackers.
I think it's cocktail. Is that where they're all at right now? I forget what that call out is.
Allegedly.
I think it's
Activating jammer.
cocktail or cigar. I can't remember.
Deploying jammer.
It's cocktail. That's what it is. See, I know what I'm talking
I agree.
about. I know what
agree
I'm
with you.
talking
I knew
about.
that too. I was just letting you get there.
Yeah, thanks.
On me,
bud.
bro.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah.
That little balcony right there was always my favorite spot to push in from.
The problem is that you get so isolated on it, man. If you get cut off, I mean, there's really
10
no way
seconds
for you
to
to
go.
rotate out of it. I know people would like to sit behind the desk and watch
5
across
seconds
to where
left
the
before
hatch
insertion.
is, and kind of catch off offensive players jumping down from that side. Of the problem is once they have an angle on you where you can't run out, you're so easy to force dead from the window behind you.
Yeah.
Loki off to a hot start, 3-0 to start this one off. And a mighty
Reloading
good
ammo.
performance for him.
Great performance. That is one of the names that we didn't recognize. Whether they're new or an alternate that we never got to see last semester. Either way, 3-0 is insane.
Great way to start off map number 2, looking to rebound.
More deployed.
And, you know, I talked about, you know, how I don't really see people, you know, chow from the window. UPG are just taking space at the top of the window, and they put Raggy in a tough spot here, as Ember's going to be able to find first blood onto K-Bomb.
Yeah, this is a scary spot to be in. We have Frankie and Hugo Ray quite hurt here,
Practically dead men walking.
as no damage has been no bullets have even smelled UPG right now. I wasn't gonna laugh till you did. I was in break for that one.
Yeah, well.
But no,
Much like UPG with K-Bomb, he caught me off guard. And that drop comes through, the C4's in, and that will be a good equalizing kill by Loki. I mean, he's gonna go and drop that hatch and get on out of there.
yeah, and at this point, your UPG into
Oh,
Dropping
okay, he's down. He's down.
Oh.
I was like, how's that not a kill? But he's down.
Yeah, so your UPG here, you wanted to capitalize off that. You know, 2 of them are tagged.
That's the benefit of having C4 players, man. I was never good with those things.
Never.
Somehow, you know, every time they use them, I can't shoot it. But every time I try to use it, they shoot it out of the sky.
Yeah, I feel like you'll see players like this, and they'll like pop it midair, and I like throw it, and I'm spamming the button, and it's like
Won't go off.
landing fully. Something not set in, like I could have placed it now faster than throwing it.
Loki will drop.
Looks like we have a nice cross.
Didn't even need it.
We gave it up and still won.
Yeah. And Accept is in a tough pickle here. 1v2. I mean, Ugrave is so hurt that this is doable. I mean, so is Kiwi. Oh. Yeah. Triple kill for Accept. The Mira is really the saving grace here. That flash not gonna help. And Accept wins that. I mean, plays that to, I'm not gonna lie, plays that to perfection. What an accurate reading of the situation. That goes back to the memory call, like you said. He knew one was playing White Stairs, had the comment from the teammates, and he knows also that there's no safe way for them to rotate to each other. However, with 20 seconds left, you gotta consider maybe that guy White Stairs just runs away. And I think sometimes, you know, we're scared to make that kind of play because you want to be there for your teammate, but when you're so low on health, what can you do?
Or even, which is much more risky. It's definitely the riskier option. Is, as I said, one of the most important things is trying to
Defenders, protect
trade
your
off
bombs
people.
from being
So
defused
try
by
to find
attackers.
a way where even if you kind of expose yourself a bit more, trying to get a crossfire might be more beneficial. Which this is a scarier game to do crossfires in with team damage. But
Yeah.
some games I like to hold mango looking into the eyes of one of my teammates.
I forget that Valorant doesn't have friendly fire.
Attackers have
That's one of the
located a
biggest
bomb.
things is I would yell at people on my team. It's like, we're up, look me in the eyes right now, one choke, and if one
10
person
seconds
walks
left
in,
before insertion.
we both fire. Because we can't. So long as it's not an ability.
5
Yeah.
seconds to insertion.
Jammer ready to activate.
Attackers are
Raggy's
heading
just a
out to
great
defuse
name.
the
I don't know
bomb.
if it's meant to be Shaggy, but that's all I can think in my head.
I was thinking Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Raggy. I feel like that'll be a call in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe this guy will go pro, wins like a 1v3. Raggy.
Chanting it on.
I might be getting delusional. Here.
It's going to be toxic in a competition though. Bro dies up on stage, crowd starts chanting Raggy.
Raggy. 5-1 from Loki. Unfortunately, could not get it done in the last round despite his efforts. Good C4s by the side of EKU. And that's really one of those where you just gotta tip your cap. I think even with getting dropped on the first blood, overall, EKU played that round a lot better. Unfortunately, I don't believe UPG will be falling for the same C4 tricks. They
They're
seem,
prepping it, but
yeah, they seem pretty aware of what's going on.
Enemy
never know.
interference. Returning.
once again goes to memory. I'm not the most known for my memory. I would absolutely walk through the exact same corridor. Another reason why.
You're just a hamster in a wheel.
Yeah, another reason why we're sitting here.
So true. So true. The Dokkaebi did come out, so information was gained for UPG. However, they've yet to act on it. No shots really taken across the map. As we're just waiting for this first set of contact. It looks like it might be coming on either side of the stairs, and Lucky will drop right into the line side. Oh!
Reload!
The self-trade comes through. That was a nice little kill out of Lucky to even just get one there before he goes down.
Yeah, the timing on the drop was not ideal, but the reflexes on the shot was just amazing.
Crimson, however, will find a way to take the life advantage back. And so we'll put UPG in a spot to be up 4-3 here in lives. But with 45 seconds on the clock, this can still get dangerous, but we're not watching white stairs. Panther manages to swing on through, takes down Raggy. And now there's just nothing they can do, get flooded on out in UPG. They take round number 3, and what a beautiful angle from the bottom. Must be a yellow ping there.
Definitely. Now what was interesting there is
Leaving white stairs open is what was
leaving
interesting
white
there.
stairs, and even when we dropped white stairs, I know there's people coming. I know there's people coming from like point itself. And that's one of those moments that could be crazy, but do we sacrifice space on point there to hold across with our teammate? Because we kind of looks like that was a split decision that the players were.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm never giving up white stairs there, bro.
No, I'm saying after that.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking the side on point. You turn from watching point to watch your teammate on stairs there after one drops. Or do
Attackers
you
need to
Well, you're in a
locate and defuse
2v4.
bombs.
That once you get into that kind of situation, it's just full.
Attackers have located
That's
a
what
bomb.
I'm saying. It's
You're-
split decisions that you just have to make in the scene that is very difficult.
I don't really think there's a right play there. It's like, you're playing chess. Would you rather lose, you're down a queen. Would you rather lose a rook or a bishop? It doesn't really matter.
Reinforcing the floor!
The only way you're winning is if your opponent blunders heavily. If I think, EKU probably make the right play there. They're just playing for a two-piece,
10
Maybe you
seconds to
find that
insertion.
with the low time, you can make something work, but just
5 seconds
finding
to insertion.
ourselves down lives in these situations which are also
Attackers' objective
winnable.
is to defuse a
Not
bomb.
the look you want to see early in the season, but once again, extend some grace. New team, still working it out.
Yeah. And we're hoping, fingers crossed here, we can definitely see some synergy build as the season progresses.
The only synergy I'm seeing right now is from UPG and that blitz they got rocking right now. I'm sure that is a coordinated effort to break onto the site, and Grave, man, that's the bit risky business to be playing that site. Kiwi does help equalize though. Kiwi bailout incoming. And K-Ball will miss trade comes through, accepts, does his thing, but Raggy will find the quick trade and good crosses set up there from EKU to help
Attackers have recovered their
stabilize.
diffuser.
And Loki and Accept here going neck and neck with frags.
Loki joined them as well. I mean,
It's just
Detonating.
this is a close game.
yeah, and I think by far those are going to be our star players. Nice shots out of Raggy. Makes his second in the round as he's starting to peer up on the scoreboard. Kiwi as well. And that will put Panther in the 1 versus 3. Deja vu all over again. Believe he was last standing in round number 1. And with a minute and a half, it's not entirely out of the question. Because 1.5 minutes is a long time.
Especially if you can get timings, like where we do have one holding stairs. If you just happen to get lucky, you can swing that bottom floor and catch them.
Yeah, problem is just, you know, it's so hard to get a timing like that with all the audio cues. I mean, in COD, or I mean, even in, you know, Valorant, where you can really slow down and walk, you can make yourself almost, you know, impossible to hear, but I feel like you can hear almost everything in Siege.
I feel like it's even louder when you're prone somehow.
Sometimes, yeah. Wee Panther does drop down hatch and will find one, loses half his health in the process. Yeah, and this is one of those things where I'm thanking my lucky stars Loki's not challenging this, because, I mean, one stray pre-fire bullet gets a headshot. This round could look vastly different, but Loki keeps himself squared up, takes the shots, and wins the round for you.
Yeah, just some deep breaths, know where to play and when to play is one of your strongest tools.
I think we're gonna see, yep, we will try third floor once again. And just gotta be careful, man. I feel like we lose these rounds based off of, you know, early number disadvantage. You know, we lose one and then everything starts to crumble like ash. Try to stay up as long as you can. Try to make them fight for these kills.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
Really and
attackers.
truly, it seems as though it's just a difference of getting traits.
Yeah, communication, knowing what to hold as well on defense. I feel like UPG we saw in the Night Haven doing a great job of knowing when they have to hold something and when they can afford to give it up.
Attackers have discovered the location of a
And
bomb.
I will say, I kind of do tip EKU's ability to just give
10
things
seconds
up
to insertion.
as like a full decision, because that's one of my things is
5 seconds to
I
insertion.
cannot stand to get a horrific timing. I will hold something,
are heading
I
out
will
to
hold an
defuse the
angle to
bomb.
the ends of the earth
Yes.
to make sure I don't get a bad timing, which inevitably causes me to get a different bad timing. So I do tip the ability to kind of, to be willing to give stuff up, but it's
Moments you just stare at your enemy
Yeah.
stubbornly until you get knifed in the back. You just let them come up behind you because you know it's
yeah, I'm not giving up my time, bro. I won't do it. I won't do it. These guys will do it,
yes. Very
and that's why they're better than me.
It's one of those hardest skills to learn in the game, especially if you're playing a game where
All right, that's insane. How did that made it?
crazy. Where there's like one shot snipers especially, where if like you whiff your shot, you just go. You just leave. You cannot re-challenge
I'm
that.
not, yeah.
And the ego.
Yeah, I do it every
the
time.
rebound.
I do it every
Attackers
time.
have dropped the bomb.
I do it every time.
That's
I'm so much better. Dead.
that's a skill that honestly raises your rank if you get over it.
I wonder if Loki's gonna just see it.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Nope. Runs away. No C4 in the pocket. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Gets caught from the piano. That man, these long angles, they'll do it to you.
Crazy timing too. When we were just discussing giving up on an angle, and then they thought about it, circle back.
Yeah, and that's the problem, man.
gotta
You
drop.
can't hesitate in your timings. You know, if you feel like you've got one, If you even hesitate for a moment, timing's gone.
I'll give them a call.
Dokkaebi call comes in the 4v4 here, and I think EKU doing a great job of staying alive.
Switching to ER.
K-Bomb, unfortunately, having to hold a variety of angles, and this can get dangerous. Yana drone will get shut down.
I was confused to what happened there.
And Ugrave is in a great spot to get lots and lots of intel. Yellow pings are starting to come through. They know, in general, where this push is coming from.
Rolling stun.
Have they spotted all four? And if they have, they can make a pivot here. Blitz comes running on through. The shots come through. Ugrave will be able to take it. The Twitch drone will break the Mira. So open line of sight now for both teams.
Yep,
30 seconds on the clock.
Scary angle to lose there.
The K-Bomb does take down Accept. And the 2v4 here, just
Swapping
must be
mags.
careful, 25 seconds. Kiwi spamming the pistol. And I think UPG might be
15
ready to call
seconds
it
to go.
quits here. Yeah, I mean,
10 seconds to
Raggy's
go.
posted up at the C4. Yeah, they've got this crossed.
5 seconds.
Hell, there goes the swing, takes it down. Ugrave picks up the last, and EKU, they do a great job of winning that defense.
Yeah, absolutely perfectly executed there. One of those moments of just, like I said, you just look as they demonstrated, you just look your teammate in the eye for a moment and just get that link of we're both holding this angle. Especially when you're up 4-2.
And now, the defense we've been dreading. Fireplace reading. And it's going to be interesting not only to see how EKU plans to defend this, but also the attacking strategy from UPG, because this is one of those sites where you were really reliant on your book, on your RAM. And with both
Defenders,
of those not
protect
in
your bombs
play,
from
how
being
do you
defused by
want to
attackers.
approach this?
Yes, especially with
Deploying jammer.
it's like no breach.
Don't really need it.
Yeah, not even
You're not, I mean, you're not
because you lost your easiest soft breach there for the floors.
You're not gonna be putting a thermite on any of these walls. Biggest thing that I
Attackers
can
have
see
discovered
is
the
maybe you
location
want
of
to
a
work
bomb.
the hatches, but there's really no reason to. You can kind of just work these stairs. It'll be interesting.
Face in a razor blue.
I remember before they nerfed it when you
10
could
seconds
cook
remaining.
grenades and get just free kills from underneath.
Putting a shell in
5 seconds to go.
K-Bomb's gonna be playing up top with the roam.
Yeah, it looks like we have
Attackers are
both Demos
bomb.
and Jackal here. We are not wanting any of those lurkers to go
Jammer
under.
ready to activate.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They want to control the areas where these workers would be playing. They want to control top. They want to control basement. Drone coming in. Ooh.
I'm reloading.
Yeah, play with fire there. Great play to back off. Now this is the problem. We get that timing. No, he doesn't. They don't chase. Probably worried about some sort of play behind. But you don't want to give him control of the stairs too soon. But Ugrave, he's not giving up control anything too soon. Will take down Accept. It'll be interesting to see how UPJ play here without their leading player.
So we still got Loki up there with our 7-3, being able to hold it in from
Attackers have
round
dropped the bomb
1,
diffuser.
keeping most kills in the game. Just undeniable, great performance there.
And this matchup across the board feels a little bit more balanced from both sides.
So what we're seeing here is this could absolutely be EKU's game. So we saw them play this a whole lot last season as well.
Ugrave picked up one, but Kiwi was quickly found on the trade, which means UPG are close to having some semblance of a presence on site. Now, that semblance of a presence quickly dissipating as K-Bomb takes down Atlanta. And the 4v2 is in. However, Panther making it difficult, not giving this up for free. With a minute on the clock, they can still do this. EKU, I mean, they are playing topside heavy. One missed peek. And this round could swiftly change.
Yeah, it looks like EKU is keeping that control on the top floor, but looks like one of UPG's players is sneaking up there.
Yeah, the Deimos onto Loki. We'll do a bit of revealing. Yellow pigs are through, and one player does manage to sneak in. Shots are quickly fired. Will go down. Loki gets the kill. Very good. 1 versus 3. 20 seconds on the clock. And Crimson drops. EKU will take 4 in their defensive half, and that's exactly the amount that they're supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to hold it on that defense that well. Now, the scary thing is UPG's defense here that we're going to have to get through, because that is what kind of really cost us game 1, was trying to get through UPG's very, very strong defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, UPG, they win 4 back-to-back in map number 1 on labs. And so how do you adjust accordingly? How do you want to play this? And it looks like UPG will be heading to top 4 first. I think EKU are more expecting a bottom 4 setup first and foremost, so that's why we see the operator picks that we do. I suspect once they realize that the site will be up top,
Attackers
they
need to
will
locate
switch a
and
few
defuse
things
bombs.
around. But nevertheless, I mean, UPG, they really love their Vigil, and they love their Frost.
Yes. Which we did see. I'm actually now, I can't remember if that was against our maroon team
Bomb
or
located
our
by
white
attackers.
team. But we did see somebody near the end that was just a demon on Frost.
I do recall this.
And that could be if it was this team, that could be a scary flashback.
Picking up what you're putting down.
10 seconds remaining.
Heading up.
And it looks like a set is going to
5
play
seconds to
full
go.
bottom here.
Yeah, that's a really good spot if you can
Attackers are heading
have
out
that
to the
trigger
bomb.
discipline. At least 2 people pass you by if they don't clear you.
Yeah, and this is where that, game of memory kind of comes through. Are you keeping track of who you've seen and where? Because if you don't, if you get up top and you think you've seen all 5, but you really only seen 4, you are in for a rude awakening. However, Accept not gonna try to play that way. He did go for a bit of a swing
Changing mags.
and takes Ugrave down to about 25 here on the spawn.
What an angle are you holding?
A bunch of nerds. Oh! Wow. Panther, nice shot.
Yeah, they were
Sequential
not
breaching
laying on
activated.
this.
They're like, yeah, I know about that one. I understand that.
Their Google Doc on the other monitor with all the back angles.
Have pictures and everything. Run out detective.
500
Yeah, that nothing scarier than seeing that pop on your screen when you're not ready for it. You're like, oh.
Yeah, even when you have a teammate at the door that they would have been running out on you at, it's so terrifying.
Yeah. No, because that happens. You're like, oh, I don't need to look over. Then you look at the kill feed, see your teammates got pieced up, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
So this is a new thing we're seeing here. This is a full shield on Blackbeard.
Yeah, nice interesting little work. I haven't seen that.
It seems like they might have nerfed shield.
Oh, Claymore got the run out.
Nice. They may have nerfed shields and
Go
then
on, buds, ready.
added a shield to a character that didn't have one previously. It seems.
Changing mags.
I can't complain. I
Go on,
definitely
high
needed
set.
some changes, but
I remember when he was busted like season 1
oh yeah.
in the game.
Setting up a
It's really
sequential
impossible to beat. Yeah, Reggie looking to break that mirror here in a second.
Attackers will drop the bomb
Ruby's
diffuser.
not
Attackers
actually
have
attract on anyone. And a great angle from Kiwi from the bottom of the zombie. The
Attackers
runner
drop the
detected,
diffuser.
but Raven don't need it. Will find one. Quickly traded out by Raggy. And EKU, they could find an offensive round win here.
Go on, hive set.
20
Attackers will
seconds on
cover
the
the
clock. You
diffuser.
don't want to get compressed. You don't want to get sloppy. Take your challenges together. Looking for cameras, nothing there to shoot, and that angle was oh so close. Takes the shot just a second too
15
late.
seconds left.
And now you have to be careful. 10 seconds on the clock.
Diffuser has been
And
dropped.
shot on
10 seconds
accept.
left.
Miro last alive.
Attackers
Did manage to
recovered the
take
bomb
down the
diffuser.
diffuser. You gotta get this
5 seconds
planted. Ugrave has to be covering here. Mira could have C4.
Deployed.
Will take down
Attackers
Ugrave. Right
are
here, 1v1 in Atlanta.
Defenders have eyes on the
swings.
diffuser. Attackers need to protect
Oh
it.
man.
That was just an absolute.
Oh.
Defenders disabled the diffuser.
That was.
Bomb defusing
That's
attempt
a tough
failed.
round.
Defenders win.
Clutching that 1v3, man. I mean, and that's just due to a time crunch. Oh. Yeah, that one sucks to lose.
Yeah. That first 1.5 is when you really want to get. That way you can kind of snowball that momentum throughout the rest of that round's attack. But there's nothing you can do against a pop off like that.
Yeah. I mean, great play out of Atlanta to steal that round one away, and that will send them to the basement. And like you said, must win, easy win here for UPG. Just gotta play the basics. We will see the typical setup
Defenders, protect your
from
bombs from being
EKU. They're
defused by
very
attackers.
clearly aware that this is the site UPG will be going
Bomb
to.
located
They
by
know how
attackers.
they're gonna play it. They're gonna get a little bit of intel, try to figure out exactly where they're setting up. We haven't seen the Jaeger yet this series. We usually see it in the form of the Wamai or the operator. I forget what her name is with the doors.
Is that a zombie?
Deploying ADS.
No.
Not a zombie. Something.
10
I
seconds left.
think I could have said it until you asked. I know what you're talking about.
5 seconds
Nevertheless-
left before insertion.
Jaeger will be spotted for the first time
Attackers
here.
are moving to defuse a bomb.
And I do think that EKU gotta, in particular, be careful with some of these spawn peaks. I feel like UPG is not afraid to go for them. And with Just Cause, they usually are getting some semblance of damage.
Maybe we're gonna be able to get a drop on the zombie there and just holding.
No, they'll always drone first. Good practice, good standard practice. Blitz rushes in, K-Bomb gets lit up. 50% health now. And Promise is he's stuck in not such a great position.
Attackers
Very
dropped
easy
the
for him
bomb
to get
diffuser.
pushed out, except Will manage to find one on the Loki. Crossfire is set up, but Except will find his second on the round on the K-Bomb, and now it looks like EKU are fish out of a barrel. No clue what the semblance of the plan was now. Turn it to ash.
I mean, the only thing you could hope to do on just a point like this on defense, this far
Attackers
down,
recovered the diffuser.
is you just gotta pray you hit the cleanest one. This just comes down to pretty much timing and aim.
And I mean, this is still. I mean, once you get to this point, pretty much, it's pretty much unwinnable without
Attackers
UPG
dropped the
making a
diffuser.
mistake. And Except Demise, I mean, he sure does not seem to be in the business of making mistakes. He finds 3 in the round.
Changing magazines.
And he's got a gun full of health in his back pocket on the
Attackers
dock
have
pick.
recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, this might be. Oh,
I mean, I don't even know. He's running out. I mean,
Attackers
God
bomb diffuser has
bless.
been
What a round.
oh.
Yeah, and Kiwi, last up, does manage to find Raven.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Now, I would say crazier things have happened, but they haven't.
Kiwi and a Dream have left on EKU.
This would be a 1 versus 5, and he does have the intel, I believe, there on Ember. I believe he saw the feet. Yeah, he knows exactly where they are, takes the shots, is not able to connect. Problem is, you can't stay there too long. In a 1v3 scenario, you're in for your position is key to everything. You cannot let it sit. Kiwi finds the third. 1 versus 2 now, takes the shot, will not be able to connect. 20 seconds on the clock. Will take the challenge, gets him down to half. And there it is.
15 seconds
We
to
slow
go.
down, 10 seconds. Has to make the push. Takes the swing and
10
shots come
seconds
through.
remaining.
Finger line.
Attackers
Takes
have
the
recovered their
shot.
diffuser. Attackers have
Unfortunately,
dropped the bomb
cannot
diffuser.
find the kill. I mean, for a second there,
The dream was there.
I was believing.
Honestly, I'm gonna might be copium. Without that fender blind, they had it.
I think there's a chance.
They had it. Either way, amazing work.
It was a
Both
good.
of us on the edge of RC.
It was a great attempt there by Kiwi, unfortunately, except, I mean, that guy, born the round, I mean, just the absolute ego out of this dude to pour, I mean, that's almost BM. Running out in a 5v2 is almost BM.
Yeah. They were hungry for that ace. And it was
Attackers need
shut
to
down
locate and
quick.
defuse bombs.
Almost. Cost them.
But it didn't. And now they will be holding on second floor. And this is one of these rounds where you really look to EKU to punish, because if they
Attackers have
don't,
located a bomb.
those two sites, first floor and third floor, are going to open back up within the next two rounds. After this round, UPG will be able to go back to third, and the round after that, they will be able to go back to first. And your track record on those is not great. You really
10
want to
seconds to
win
go.
this one here, so that by the time, you know, worst case scenario,
5 seconds
6-5 rolls around, you can face them on this site again.
Attackers' objective is
Which
to defuse a bomb.
We did see, without that crunch for time, we definitely could have seen EKU take that top.
That, yeah, for sure.
So if we get that again, it's not over.
Yeah.
But it'll still be a hard fight.
Yeah, and you want to look to win this round so you can capitalize on it if you get there. And it looks like, I mean, so far they were looking good. They got a ton of damage onto Demise, but unfortunately the Doc gun heals them right back up to full. Will do some way in terms of, you know, deleting utility.
Now after that round, we do see a dramatic shift in the kill feed there of Except now
Activating
having
override.
10, 7, and Kiwi 8 and 6. Just a huge jump up for both players.
And it looks like these teams are going to be playing second floor quite different. Defensive setup looks about the same, but you remember UPG wanted to approach the site from the bottom. EKU are approaching it from the top. And Ugure, unfortunately, will get lit up, but takes the reach out, takes down Demise.
It's a very good.
And with the Jackal, looking to find any more roamers, no footsteps, kind of spells the way that this is clear. They can start getting to work as the demolition squad are cutting up the boards from below them and trying to find a semblance of the site below. Hatches will be the first to go. Some more lines of sight opening up, just making sure that no one is well and truly home.
Yeah, taking that one person off that top floor just opens up so much opportunity for EKU here to be able to start slowly working their way in, as you said, just slicing up the map, finding their ones, get those people isolated, and take them out. Looks like we have one down there. I'm not quite sure. I didn't get a good enough look at the silhouette to see who that was, but one of UPG's players is completely alone.
And that cam will come through. We'll make a spot, and I like this. I like the effort to shoot through. Doesn't quite hit anything, but Ugure through the hatch does manage to take down Atlanta. He's looking, oh, what a nasty shot at Amber. Loki will do a good job to trade back on. Raven will drop. 25 seconds now. This is not a guarantee. 2 versus 3 UPG has their position set up. Kiwi looking to make a one-man play entry. The finger comes through. 2 of them stuck on the door. Has to shoot both of them. Crimson's gonna be able to find the kill. 10 seconds.
10 seconds remaining.
And here's the problem. How do you find this? The pixel above the bomb site.
5 seconds
Take the kill. K-Bomb will drop him. Now, Raggy, going to plant this. You have to stay alive. K-Bomb will take the chow, win for the gunfight. And K-Bomb, with the savior of that round, finds the last 2. And that is a nice round win for EKU to stay alive in this one.
Absolutely. Taking that round, while it's still, they do have to go right back into those harder ones to defend. it's not over.
Yeah, and look at the even spread from all of EKU. 88876. While Demise 10 leading UPG 7554 from the rest of his teammates. And I think this goes to show EKU, I mean, they've got something to say in the way of the teamwork. They know what they're doing. They have some individual skill there. It's just a matter of piecing it together.
Attackers need to
all
locate
the
and defuse
time.
as many bombs
Yes,
as they can.
as you said that split shows a real big difference in the kind of independence of each player there. Because having 2 between your top and bottom versus 6 between your top and bottom, it's kind of gives that mental for EKU. We need to take out Accept, and once we do, we can snowball from there. So really, especially when they're playing kind of those off angles, they're playing it risky to either they get like 3 or they just get picked off real quick.
We see UPG return
seconds
to
left
third
before
floor, and
insertion.
like you mentioned, I mean, this is where EKU
5 seconds remaining.
super close to a clean round win there. It was a 3v1. Time crunch falls
Attackers
upon
are
them.
moving out to locate
And
a bomb and
Atlanta
defuse
makes a
it.
huge play. That's in fact 3 of Atlanta's 5 kills here in this game. So, just a matter of cleaning it up, maybe making it happen 15 seconds faster so you're not worrying about the time crunch. But, I mean, making that happen is oh so difficult. But K-Bomb
Just as I was saying,
ices him.
taking out that
Deployed.
pin kill player fast is what you want to do. That gets your mental up immediately. Getting that person that's been causing you trouble the whole time down, you feel like you're free to go. Now it can be dangerous because the rest of the team is still absolutely a threat. However, it makes it feel a lot less of a challenge too.
Yeah, that info is really strong. Sticks, I believe, drops down a hatch all of a sudden and finds the kill. Ugrave not going to push the issue. Going to leave that trade left alone. 4 versus 4 now.
Reload!
And what seemed like a good start slowly dwindles. And no one's really got a favor here anymore. Raven will be spotted by the Deimos. Now,
Attackers have
the
located
issue
a
is,
bomb.
can you find this pick once again? Kiwi answers it yes. We can find another entry. And they do just that. And as these numbers start to dwindle, less defenders are available to hold more things, and this is where they have to start to make decisions. What do we give up? What do we hold? And that's where your timing lay if you are EKU. The problem is Raven's not giving that up anytime soon, and will find his second in the round. 3 versus 3.
Yeah, Raven is just seeming to know this round
Nice.
exactly where to be and when to be there, but they are taken out by K-Bomb.
Yeah, lots of good info there from the Deimos. 2 versus 3 now, 50 seconds on the clock. This could get dangerous. Ugrave will get dropped down, will be finished by Atlanta. 2 versus 2. Health advantage is towards EKU. Gonna have to pick up this diffuser at some point. Trying
Attackers
to
will
just
cover the bomb
barely
diffuser.
edge out and get it, will do so. And Kiwi, up top window, it's kind of limited in what he can do. K-Bomb is gonna have to clear out most of the way for him because Kiwi cannot afford to drop here and get dropped. And K-Bomb gonna start diffusing. Sound cue most certainly coming through. Kiwi's on the cover. But
Attackers are
K-Bomb does
activating
manage to get the diffuser down. 45 seconds now on the clock.
Yes, much better spot to be in as EKU. Being able to kind of switch the offense to defensive, get that diffuser safe.
Yellow ping does come through. K-Bomb taking the swing onto it. Will find the kill. 3 for him in the round. Thug left in the 1 versus 2. He did it last time, top 4. It would be a shame for him to do it again. Kiwi holding middle, has all of it. K-Bomb, you just gotta watch the right. The gunfight happening on that side. The
Attackers
flash
need to
comes
protect
through,
the
but 10
diffuser.
seconds left.
Position
There's no
compromised.
way. EKU are gonna win this one. They're gonna go up 6-4 here on the round. And that is a wonderful attacking round from EKU.
K-Bomb especially.
Yeah, 4 in the round there.
Amazing. And just, I mean, that wrap working twice is
Yeah.
just very well played.
UPG will likely go back to basement here if I had to venture a guess. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Oh, we're gonna go back to third floor, I guess.
I mean, if you think you can
mean,
maybe do it, you want to keep the safer one for later.
but there's really no reason to do that. Because you've had a better success rate on the bottom floor. You could just do bottom floor now and you could go back top, third floor again. But either way, EKU have locked this one up at least to go to OT. Need one more here in order to go game number 3.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And a bit of a pivot.
Ready for
We're
company.
seeing the
Surrogate
Onyx
deployed.
come through from UPG, and this is one we haven't seen
Heading up!
pretty much all game. And I'm wondering if maybe the hatches
Setting the rubber mat.
is the idea.
Home improvement
Yeah,
time.
and what I'm kind of interested here, seeing from Accept, is kind of the Achilles heel of the team, really the Achilles of the team in general. Getting those team kills,
10 seconds
playing
remaining.
Amazing, but still, it
Bomb
seems to be
located
every
by
round
attackers.
playing those more
5 seconds to
out there
insertion.
characters. And if you don't get your kills out there,
Attackers' objective
and get
is to
traded off,
defuse the
you
bomb.
put yourself in
Take
such
me
a
to the bathroom.
disadvantage. Just being able to, like, yes, you got your 4 that one round, but they died on the roam 2 rounds now. And I think that kind of is the nail in the coffin for UPG. So it looks like they might be playing a lot tighter.
K-Bomb 11 and 5 after that last round, really propelling him forward.
ECAC in place.
And that's probably a little bit of an ego booster, if I must say so. There's times where I'm playing and I'm just absolutely pissing, and I get in my zone. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hit.
Oh yeah.
I bet that's what K-Bomb feels like right now after that 4K.
But kind of similar to what I'll say with this stuff there. That mindset's so easy to get to, but then you think you're untouchable, you go straight into one tap. That
It
is
is a little bit more volatile in this game than it is in COD, I will say.
that is the scary thing about this.
Oh, this is a dirty little spot. Panther will open it up onto Loki though. And this is where you kind of have to lock it in if you're EKU. You
Deploying
don't
drone.
want to see these 2 rounds slip out of your grasp. And just right there, K-Bomb. K-Bomb narrowly missing that pick on to Panther. Missing the trade. Kiwi got a nice little angle though. If the wrong peek comes at just the wrong second, we could easily see this kill go his way. But the time is the ever-prevalent issue, man. With only a minute on the clock, can they execute reasonably and can they execute safely? First one drops, looking to clear out some space. The flank watch is in. Kiwi gonna get rid of the frost mat, and she's still looking for this angle, but none of UPG are gonna give it to him. He's gonna have to back off and rotate to help out his team. He played this last round. It worked wonders, but the problem is UPG, like you mentioned, are playing much safer. And that swing just comes through, and he doesn't go for the trade immediately because he fears that someone could be right there waiting, and in fact they are.
Just imagine.
Will allow the rest to come through. Will have to live with just a little bit of HP damage.
15 seconds to go.
No harm, no foul for UPG. With 10 seconds left, all the pressure's on EKU. They gotta swing, they gotta make something happen here. Demise drops 1, he drops 2.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Make it 3. Kiwi drops, but just no time
Operators,
in
you
the
have run out of
tank.
time.
Just
Ran through him, what it seemed like, just
yeah.
sprinting with that pistol. And like I said, I think my analogy of Achilles there was
Yeah.
very strong. But if you don't take out Accept immediately, it's just dangerous.
Yeah. That guy knows his routes.
Yes. Get that snowball rolling.
Yeah, and they will go back to basement.
Which is really likely to tie up game 2.
Yep.
The EKU here, you have to get this game here, or else you go over.
So difficult, man, to attack this site, and the problem is, dude,
Attackers need to
those
locate and
spawn
defuse
peaks, when they
bombs.
come through, they are devastating. I mean, trying to attack this site 4v5, I mean, it's nigh impossible, man. You're really just kind of hoping and praying that someone makes a mistake on UPG. And I
Bomb
mean,
located
from
by
what we've seen
attackers.
of these guys, they make mistakes, sure, but few and far between once we get to these late stage rounds.
Yeah, as it's becoming more and more of a well-oiled machine of just learning how the other team plays, adapting to how they play, and then just locking in what works.
10 seconds left.
Keep an eye on door.
And I think especially after
5
that,
seconds left
that
before
previous
insertion.
round we had, except is
Ambush set.
Staying
Threat mine
on.
active.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Gotta be careful of these spawn peaks here for EKU. You definitely do not want to find yourself in a 3v5 situation 30 seconds into the round. Couple of pre-fires going both ways, and this looks like a similar plan to what we saw
Going shotgun.
last basement hold. A nice spot comes through. The Twitch drone managing to stay alive. Good info onto the Azami.
yes, because we do remember
RCE
last time they played basement here.
Watch your ears.
That little barrier is where they ended up playing.
RCE going out.
I believe they got a kill or two there, but I'm not 100%.
Tateo anchored. Threat mine out.
Got a lock on target.
I do know
First
two
roll.
was able to find them.
Changing
That's
mag.
one of the kills that almost won them.
RCE set.
And then the bar just poking and prodding.
I feel like the hardest part of this basement is to get in to that room. And once you're kind of in that floor, it starts to be more and more oppressive on the defensive side.
They've done a little bit of their poking and prodding. They will take down Crimson. That is Zombie. That info coming through, being helpful. As you say, here comes the entry. K-Bomb has made their way inside. Here's the caveat now. How do you proceed? How do you push through? What do you do? You've gained your space inside a bakery. You really do not want to go through closet. That funnel is a death trap. And UPG, they're gonna have an easy time here in a second figuring out which angles they want to hold and which ones they want to give up. Especially with that player playing up top.
Ooh, if they take one little step back.
Oh, and now he, oh my god!
Oh,
Come on, stick your head out. Stick your head out. Smokes are coming through now.
Attackers dropping.
Unfortunately, Raggy swings, and that's one you gotta take with your team. Except he's gonna be able to find it. Raven will find the second. Damage on to Loki. And just as we seemed so excited, we had the first blood, but it seems as though everything is coming crashing down. K-Bomb will manage to find the refrag. 25 seconds though on the clock.
we know where one is.
Oh, that shot's just a second late.
Attacker's
Does not
bomb
take
diffuser
down
has been
Atlanta.
dropped.
He finds two.
Oh, we see one, we see one.
Kiwi for one. Atlanta finds three. I mean, I think if that shot is just a second sooner onto Atlanta, maybe that round goes our way.
That game seemed to just be just a issue of both players knowing they were there and
Yeah.
just who hits the one tap first.
UPG will now have the defense in 2 of these overtime rounds.
14-9. Which we do have K-Bomb down there.
12 and 7.
12 and 7, which is arguably better. Better on the KD side. Just kills.
So EKU, they did get defense in the first half, which means they are relegated to having offense twice.
Attackers need
And
to
I
locate
think-
and defuse bombs.
if you're UPG, I don't necessarily agree with this decision to go top 4. I think it's been undebatably worse than your basement hold.
Time to
But
redecorate.
they seem to favor it, and I think that could maybe be the Achilles heel for EKU to capitalize.
If I'm not mistaken, is it defense, attack, defense?
Yeah.
Or will UPG be defense twice?
They'll be a
10
defense
seconds left
twice.
before insertion.
Twice in a row?
It'll be defense tech.
5 seconds
defense,
left.
Yeah.
Enjoy
I
the
could
view.
not.
Yeah.
So,
Attackers are moving
Then
out
I
to
go
locate a
basement
bomb and
next.
defuse it.
want to get the more risky one out of the way first, and
Wall secure.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter, man.
I can't
Because
totally
like,
know the thoughts of a high-level siege player.
because like, man, I mean, you lose this round, EKU. I mean, it's literally EKU's to lose. I mean, they go basement, they win that 8 times out of 10 probably, and then you're just going map 3. I don't know. These guys are better than I am. What do I know? I'm just a guy who plays COD and tries to cast siege from time to time.
We just win.
So true. Drones are out. Doesn't really tell you anything you don't already know. The setup's pretty set in stone. I don't think UPG's thrown any curveballs here in round number 13.
What do you mean? Are you not? Isn't it so surprising that they have a mirror there?
Absolutely.
Here I goes. Just in case we didn't know.
Ugrave will take down Demise. And so, I mean, this is how they won the first offense that they took on third floor, is they took down Demise first and they were able to work it through.
Bomb located by attackers.
Mind
All
activate.
they have to do is prevent Atlanta from coming out with a sick 3-piece. He's found one so far. Kiwi will drop, but it's not all for nothing, as the damage does go through on Atlanta. A minute 20.
Deploy balance shield.
80 seconds to work with.
Breaching
Yeah,
sequence
And you do
activated.
have to.
Just want to find.
If you can find it, if you can make one more kill come through, it gets exponentially easier. They see it. I mean, the gunfight is there, and I mean, dude, he's daring him to chow. He's literally saying, "Ping me," but Ugrave doesn't know. Ugrave manages to find that pick, and that's the one we were looking for. 3 versus 4 now. Can you make your way onto the site? Can you plant this? Raggy's ready and he's ready to go.
Changing max.
K-bomb though will drop to Atlanta. The run out was in. So information is gained at that. They can hold the door. They do hold the door. Raggy takes down Raven. And Atlanta's still not in. That information's still good. They know there's only one on site. They're gonna push themselves on in. Diffuser starting to go down. Crimson gonna need to be the saving grace here. Atlanta has still not gone back
Attackers are activating the
inside.
diffuser.
Yeah, that's the risk you play. You don't have that repel. You have to come in the door. They know you're coming in.
Atlanta, he finds his third. He manages to break back on in, but the health situation for UPG is dire. 30 seconds on the diffuser now. The swing from up top,
Defenders have located the
right, and
diffuser.
Atlanta gets 4. Raggy now into 1, and will get dropped. An ace for Atlanta. Are you kidding me?
Both those are their heads on our heads,
Oh
man.
my god, this guy is
Defenders have disabled the
unstoppable
bomb
top
diffuser.
the board, bro.
Maybe that's
Defenders
why
win.
they chose it. On their team.
They're like, nah, bro. I just, bro, to me, I don't understand how we let him get back inside, man.
Yeah.
He's outside, he's stuck, dude. He can't get back in.
Just a demon on that top floor there.
Oh,
In the player seat here for EKU, that's a hard one to lose.
dude, those
ace
are the
on-
worst.
Getting an ace on you, you need to make sure your mental is.
I would rather, maybe this is a weak mindset, but I would rather lose a blowout every time as opposed to lose
Oh,
a
yeah.
close one. I hate losing close ones like that, where you're just like, man, if we just did this one
Attackers
thing
need to
differently, we
locate
win
and
that.
defuse bombs.
I rather be like, yeah, I just hit my cap. I mean, they just destroyed us.
because the biggest risk, like I said, rounds like that, it's pure mental.
Yeah.
Mental game. Like I said,
Attackers have
as a
located a
player
bomb.
perspective here, it's so easy. And we were just talking about this before the stream started. There was an infamous game from my team a couple semesters ago where, from the casting side, you could tell things were falling apart.
Yeah.
And what happened was just so quick in the game, we had a round like that, and the mental just got
10 seconds
shot.
to go.
And it's so easy for each player on the team to kind of be like, so I
5
didn't,
seconds
I didn't
remaining.
drop this person, and then the other
Yeah.
person's like, well, if you were doing this, and it's just you can't let those rounds get to your head. You need to be able to kind of clock in here, make sure you got your head even to take these rounds, especially on defense. These are rounds that should be on your side as long as you're cool and ready to play.
And I mean, I will say, that's part of being a great player. I mean, obviously these guys, great in-game knowledge, great mechanical skill. Part of their ability to succeed is lying in that mental fortitude. These guys have been in these scenarios before. They know what it takes to overcome such an obstacle. But on the flip side, UPG, I mean, they're cooking something up in the kitchen. They have got something new brewing. No hard breach in sight for them. They know what they want to do here, as Demise is going to take down 2.
That's putting Demise at 16 and 10 in the middle of this round.
And Atlanta 14 and 7. I mean, these two guys were running the pockets.
Just 2 Titans on the field right now.
Yeah, and the swing is going to come up from top. And I thought for a second K-Bomb might win that one, but everyone starts going down. Loki in the 1 versus 3. A minute 30. I mean, lots of time to work with, but the problem is it's about to get cut in half. Once this diffuser goes down, the swing comes through. We'll
Attackers are
take
activating
1.
the
2
diffuser.
versus 1 now for Loki. He could save this, but the shot comes through, takes down Atlanta. That's 3 in the round. Loki versus Crimson. The Dokkaebi buzz coming through. The knowledge of the sound cue is there.
Now,
30
if you remember,
seconds.
this Loki was the person, the Titan on our side for defense. If anyone can do it, Loki can.
Yeah, but Crimson, I mean,
Defenders have
he's got
eyes
a
on the diffuser.
sight-long
Attackers need to
cross
protect
onto
it.
this diffuser is going to be so difficult. I mean, if he tries to hop here, I mean, he has to. There's only 10 seconds. Gonna tap it, trying to find the kill. Not enough time. Takes a couple shots. The swing comes through, and Ember's going to be able to clean that one up. And I mean, that is one. That is so hard to win. I mean, that's a valiant effort by Loki, but once that
Even
goes
what
down.
they did there was crazy.
Yeah.
Dropping those 2 before the round was over. Just overall, this may have been a defeat for EKU, but man, were they fighting for it the whole time.
Yeah, and just take a look at those stats. 15 and 8 from Atlanta, 16 and 11 from Demise, and a pretty even spread across the rest of our team. 12, 11, 11. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, it just feels like last semester again. You know, where we're playing these teams, and you can tell we're outmatched by just the slightest, the smallest of margins. But we're still competing. I mean,
Absolutely.
we're going deep into games. We're getting to the situations where it's 1, 2 mistakes costing a round, which catapults into a map loss.
Yes, and it cannot be overstated how close every single one of these rounds, every single one of these games are, especially for this team. Like, we've seen some other teams, we've seen some just absolute. We've seen this team roll some teams last semester. We've seen them get rolled last semester. But most of the time, their games are just like,
Yeah.
it's one
Neck
thing
and
is
neck.
the difference maker. And it seemed as though, just unfortunately for EKU, the difference maker this time was just those 2 players
Yeah.
on UPG that they could just not, if they had to get fast, and every time they got them fast, they took the round.
Yeah.
It's just, if you happen to get
It's just like, I mean, you know, 2 rounds go the way of VKU, and map number 2, we're sitting here talking about map 3, and those 2 rounds easily could have been Thug's 1 versus 3 and his ace that he got. It's just so close, man. These teams are so good. They're playing at such a high level, and if EKU can just iron out a few of their small inconsistencies, they could be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
But that is going to be it for us tonight.
Yeah.
I believe tomorrow is
It's Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah, first game of the
Valorant.
season for us.
Well, good luck.
We'll win one. My team has been. I don't think there's a name for the opposite of undefeated, but that's what we've been. Not won a single game last semester, so
Well,
you know
good
what?
luck.
If we get one, better,
There you go.
better than we've done in the past.
Growth is important. Well, good luck, man. I've been Alan.
And this is Dakota, and we will see you tomorrow.
There you.
Woo!
All right.